So now we're going to have a look at how to shade these two shapes in. So in this video, I'm going to have a look first of all at how to shade the prism. So like the cuboid that we looked at in the last video, you need a point of light, okay? And I'm always going to keep my point of light the same. It's always going to come in from that top corner. So down here is always my darkest tone, up here is always my lightest tone, then somewhere along the middle is where you're going to have your medium tones, okay? So again, starting diagonally, I'm going to shade from this bottom corner and then start to gradually get lighter as we come off. And I always use my first set of tone quite rough, just to set out how dark and how light I want it to be. And then, like I say, I change my grip on my pencil so that my pencil is flat to the page, and then I start going over in a different direction to help me smooth out the tone, make sure it's blending nicely, but also to cover up any white gaps. Now it's a bit difficult with this paper because this paper has a grain to it because it's very high quality art paper, so you will see in your shading and you will see in my shading as well that it appears like it's a bit speckled. Those are not the white gaps I'm talking about. The white gaps I'm talking about are ones like this where we have large white gaps in the colouring, not this area down here. So I'm going across and I'm trying my best to blend out that tone and smooth out those big gaps that I've left behind. And sometimes you can do this just by going over twice, sometimes I need to go over more. It's whatever you need to do in order to make your work look as neat and as controlled as possible. So I'm happy with that now. I've got a nice blend from a dark to a medium tone. Okay, so now on this side we're going to be coming up from a medium tone down here, and then we're going to be going towards the lightest tone at the top. So again, I'm just going to start off in that direction. It's always best to shade in the same direction as the light travels. So if you're starting with a medium tone and you're ending light up there, then you want to shade in that direction. Because we were starting diagonal here, we came across in a diagonal direction. So I'm just going to make sure that I've got that tone in at the bottom. I've gone up to light, and then I'm going across in a different direction to smooth it out and make sure I've got no white gaps and I haven't got any big stops and starts between tones. It's blending together nicely. Okay, now as we did with the cube, we can also look at creating a shadow with this one. So a shadow, we can have our little dark lines down the bottom here, and then again we're starting darkest where we meet the shape, or the form rather, and then we're going to come down to a point and get lighter to make it fade away. And then once you've added your form in and you've shaded it, shaded down the bottom for the shadow, that is our prism done.